Hi, everyone. Yeah, so this is Packaging Doctor. I've come your way once again, and in this session, I am going to talk about the key laboratory equipment which are very paramount in the flexible packaging industry. In my previous session, I did a brief introduction to myself. I spoke about my background, my experience. So this, I am going to just list some key equipment which are very necessary in the flexible packaging industry. Of course, we have very advanced equipment, but this equipment I'm going to talk about in this session are equipment that I've come across in my years of working or experience. Yeah, so the first on my list is a spectrophotometer. Yeah, so it's a spectrophotometer. Yeah, helps to analyze the color reference or to measure the wavelength of colors of interest. Yes, it also helps in measuring color density and opacity, especially white. Yes, especially if you're running a full white background, and as you continue to run, one may want to know whether my white cells are weak or not. So it can help you to measure the opacity. Yes, and the next, I'll be speaking about this equipment in detail in the subsequent sessions. And the next on the list is the TrueLight. So the TrueLight, according to European Commission on Illumination, so we have a D60 to D65. It depends on your geographical location. In Asia, they may use the D65, but in somewhere in Africa, we use D65 also. Yes. So this helps to maintain your shade or color as per reference or standard. There are three basic factors that affect how a color appears or how one perceives color with your eyes. So the first one is the lighting condition. So that is why the TrueLight comes in flexible packaging. Another one is the substrate that you're printing on or you are going to print on, and the other one is a solid background. Yes, so once you provide the same condition for the reference and your printout, you should be able to have a fair idea which direction or which wavelength your shade is going. So that is a TrueLight. And the next one is the hot air oven. So the hot air oven does two jobs. One is to check the ink adhesion to the substrate, especially for BOPP, the BOPP jobs, and also it is critically needed in solventless lamination also, as you might not experience a grain bond in solventless lamination. So it helps to accelerate your curing within the shortest possible time. Yes. And the next one is the coefficient of friction tester. Yes, so this one contains two ways. You either check the film to film or you're checking film against the metal. Yes, so this will give you a fair idea. The force, this is just using the force. It contains a load cell. So the load cell applies a force, yes, to the sled. So it measures the force, the minimum force requires to pull your reel, I should say, against metallic rollers if you are checking the film to metal. But for film to film, it depends on your choice of application, where it is applicable. Yes, either during packaging, where you might want your pouches to to stand firmly during stacking or after stacking. You don't want them to fall easily in your corrugated box or whatever. Yes. And the next one is the shrink film tester or shrinkage tester. Yes, this is basically applied in the food and beverage industry, especially the carbonated drinks. It's just an outer wrap, yeah, which shrinks once the PE film is allowed to pass through a hot oven. So it shrinks automatically. So you check the machine direction and also the transverse direction. Yes, so the next equipment is the falling dart impact tester. Yeah, which is basically measuring the mechanical strength of the PE film. Not only the PE film, also the BOPP. It depends on where you are applying or where you need this. But this is very critical in the food packaging industry. Yeah, especially this machine is highly applicable to the packaging of rice bags, sachet waters, and the rest. And the next one on the list is the universal material tester, that is the UTM. So which measures it's universal because it does multiple tasks. One is the heat seal, bond strength, elongation, tensile. Yes. And the next one is the heat sealer. Yeah, so the heat sealer, once you get the specification, you know what temperature the customer, your client is sealing your laminate or your packaging material, then you might want to set the same dwell time, the same pressure, the same temperature, and seal it. Yes. So in this one, once you seal it, you send it back to the UTM, the universal material tester or universal testing machine, to give you the force requires to break the seal. Yes, and so that is that. The next equipment on my list is the WVTR, that is the water vapor transmission rate. Yes, tester. Yeah, this is not applicable to all the food packaging materials. It depends on the product that you are packaging. Yes, if your product may react with oxygen, or after reacting with oxygen or other environmental conditions such as moisture, and this would create an enabling environment for microorganisms to affect your product, that you might want to choose a suitable packaging material that will prevent these environmental conditions from reaching your product. Yes. So by doing so this equipment is very critical because it helps to enhance the shelf life of your product, and and also economically helps you to not over package your product, because if you over package the product, you are paying more for the packaging material. Then instead of 2-3 layers, you are using 4 layers. So it does not make economic sense. Yeah. So the next one is the oxygen transmission rate tester, which is almost the same. The operation, the mode of operation is similar to the water vapor. So that measures the amount of oxygen that is penetrating the packaging material and reaching your product. Yes. Yeah, so it measures this one also. So both machines are almost similar. So one measures the moisture, the other one measures oxygen. And the last one, or the last but not the least, is the grammage, the GSM tester, which is very key. So this helps to determine the weight of the film in square meter. It also helps you to determine whether the true structures are being used. Yes, sometimes some people may compromise on the structure that is given to them. So this is one way of knowing whether your specification is being keenly followed. All right. So the last one is the GC, the gas chromatography. Yeah. So this is one of the most expensive machines that I've come across, and this is calibrated with, because in packaging industry, we use solvent or alcohol throughout all our processes, from printing to lamination, except extrusion, BFL, and slitting. So there's possibility of retention of solvent in the laminate, and once there's retention of solvent, it's going to impact or affect the taste and odor of the product being packaged. Yeah, so this is very key. So the equipment is calibrated with various solvents, so the presence of a particular solvent is shown on the screen as spectrum or graph. You see the peak and the amount in which it occurs, you also see it. Yes, so this is Packaging Doctor. Please share this video with your friends, especially those in the flexible packaging industry. If you have comments, or you're preparing for an interview, or your business owner, you want to go into food packaging or what have you. It could be liquor, it could be ketchup, tomato ketchup, it could be rice, it could be anything. Just hit me up in the comment section, ask your questions. My email is there. You can write a mail to me directly asking your questions and how to reduce cost also, because most clients basically have no idea about the packaging process. So your supplier may end up giving you a different option in which you intend maybe paying more than the necessary. So please share, like, and comment. Let this video go viral. Thank you. Until then, bye bye. See you next time.